Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to my Surah series. This is part 58, Surah Al Mujadilah, the Pleading Woman. So my dear brothers and sisters, you know how sometimes you complain to people and they nod politely but clearly aren't listening? Well, this surah starts by reminding us that Allah listens even when your voice is low. Your problem feels small and everyone else has tuned you out. If it matters to your heart, it matters to Allah. So part 58, Surah number 58, Mujadilah, the pleading woman. It's a Median verse, Median Surah. Has 22 verses. The surah is deeply personal. It deals with justice, social ethics, hypocrisy, and one of the most comforting truths in Islam. Allah hears every complaint. Nothing is hidden from him. So in verses 1 through 4, it talks about Allah hears the oppressed. This surah opens with a powerful statement. Allah has certainly heard the statement of the woman who was disputing with you concerning her husband and complaining to Allah. A woman came to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, complaining about an unjust pre-Islamic practice called zihr, where a husband would say words that meant his wife forbidden to him without actually divorcing her, leaving her stuck, neither married nor free. She argued, she cried, she complained to Allah, and Allah responded from the above 7 heavens. So your dua doesn't need a microphone. Your pain doesn't need witnesses. Allah hears what breaks your heart. So Islam abolished injustice, not just in courts, but inside of homes too. So in verses 3 through 4, talks about the justice with responsibility. Allah didn't just condemn zihar, He fixed it with accountability, freeing a slave or fasting 2 months or feeding the poor. So the reflection on this, Islam doesn't excuse wrongdoing with intentions. If you hurt someone, you make it right. Justice in Islam isn't emotional, it's corrective. Allah knows everything. That's mentioned in verses 5 through 8. Allah reminds us repeatedly, Allah is witness over all things. Not a private conversation takes place except that He is the fourth. 3 people whispering, Allah is there. 5 people plotting, Allah is there. So in a modern reflection in this day, in an age of private chats, secret meetings, and hidden agendas, Surah Al Mujadilah reminds us nothing is private from Allah. If you wouldn't say it in front of Allah, don't say it at all. In verses 9 through 15, talks about hypocrisy is exposed. Allah exposes the hypocrites who use secret meetings to mock believers and undermine the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. They smiled publicly, they plotted privately. Allah warns that secret conversations used for harm will become evidence against them on the day of judgment. So the lesson we can learn from this, Islam values transparency, sincerity, and integrity. Faith isn't about appearances. It's about what you do when no one sees you. In verses 16 through 21, talks about the loyalty to Allah above all. Allah draws a sharp line. You will not find the people who believe in Allah in the last day and have an affection for those who oppose Allah and His Messenger, even if they were their fathers or sons. This isn't about hatred. It's about loyalty of values. You can love people. You can be kind. But your moral compass must always point to Allah. Truth over tribe. Faith over favoritism. So the party of Allah versus the party of shaitan. It's in verse 22. The surah ends powerfully. They are the party of Allah. Unquestionably, the party of Allah are the successful. 2 groups, 2 paths, 2 outcomes. There is no third team. So lessons from our time. Allah hears the oppressed always. Injustice inside families matters to Allah. Private sins are still public before Allah. Hypocrisy thrives in secrecy. Loyalty to Allah defines true success. So to my non-Muslims listening, this surah shows Islam's concern for women's rights, family justice, accountability, and transparency. This isn't a religion of silence. It's a religion where even a woman's complaint becomes revelation. So the Christians and the Jews, the idea that God hears the oppressed echoes across all Abrahamic faiths. Islam preserves and enforces that justice practically, not symbolically. And to the Muslims, never think your dua is ignored. Never think your struggle is unseen. Never think injustice is too small for Allah. So, key takeaways. Allah hears even whispers. Justice begins at home. Private actions matter. Faith demands sincerity. Success belongs to the party of Allah. And in my closing, this surah is a warm blanket for the broken heart and a warning siren for the hypocrite. It reminds us that Allah isn't distant. He is near, aware, and just. So if you're unheard by people, speak to Allah. If you're wronged by others, trust Allah. And if you whisper, remember Allah is already listening.